250 class, Anaheim 1, 2023. Congratulations, Jet Lawrence, RJ Hampshire, Cameron McAdoo. Jet, I'll start with you. You were really happy across the finish line jump. I know you said you had a love-hate relationship with Anaheim, but how was the day in total? Just the hype around the opening round. Again, it's been a while since you've been here. Just kind of take me through the entire day, the energy in the building, the energy in the pits, and then being able to get the job done in that main event when it mattered.
Yeah, no, it's always nervous coming in the first round because I think I've said it before, you don't know where everyone's at and that stuff. So, and the big thing with today was always kind of like this how the track's going to form up for the main. So it was just kind of after practice, is just really kind of trying to survive and just not die. So it kind of changed, like, hey, we're going to come in, hopefully do good and that stuff. But then, like, once the first, like, practice went out, first few laps, I'm like, okay, let's just try and keep it on two wheels and try and survive today. I'm like, the joke all day was like, I just want to see Sunday. So, no, it was always a lot of hype around Anaheim 1, kind of the first round. So it's just built up so big. And so obviously we had quite a bit of nerves, had a bit of the rough one in the heat race with the start, was slipping and that stuff. But just made sure I just kind of really focused on the the main, and end up just doing what I need to do and just kind of made it the safest way possible for me to just kind of go out there and just do my laps.
Qualifying had a couple falls. You feel discouraged at any point throughout the night, maybe before the night show, just second-guessing anything, or was it just the nerves, the practice, qualifying, get through it and get to racing?
No, never really. Those crashes never really kind of like wreck my confidence. So I know like you make a small mistake, and I kind of know most of the time I know what I did wrong there. So it's like, all right, just don't do that again. So and today it was just kind of I was almost expecting a few crashes, just how the track was. It was such this bitch is so fast without even realizing. So I mean I was expecting a couple. So, but I'm just thankful I was able to walk out of here in one piece.
Congrats.
Thank you, Jim.
Jamie, Vital MX. First, Jetson, thanks for the donuts in the press box. If we could do that every week, that'd be awesome. But my question is for you, RJ. You were pretty vocal last year about not being happy with the bike. You don't know until you get to the races if the changes are working or not. You were as good as I've ever seen you tonight. Are the changes where you want them, or was it just a good night?
No, I mean it's building really. I mean, each team, each manufacturer will go through it. I think we've seen that in the past, and we went through it last year, 250 and 450. I work my ass off during the week, and I know where I'm at on the weekends. So that was just kind of where I was. Like, I knew my speed was good coming in. Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit worried. I didn't know really how my bike was going to be in the whoops. I mean, that's just kind of how it is right now. I know it's good on the rest of the track, and whenever they got 8 out, like, I was still blitzing, most of the night. So I think we're in a much better spot than where we were last year. And it's not even just the chassis on this bike. Like, they did a huge engine update for me as soon as we finished outdoors. And you could tell, like, my starts were good. I know that main event, we kind of got tangled a bit, and that messed up my main event start. But all day I was crushing my starts. And, yeah, just having confidence and knowing that I have the bike to go out there and be able to battle for wins.
Dan, Main Event Moto. Cameron, this question's for you. The track was pretty tricky all day. The 450 guys said it got pretty gnarly towards the end of their main event. For you guys, they'd clean the track up before your main event. Towards the end, you had mentioned on the podium that you got tight. You made a few mistakes. Where were those mistakes, and did you have to back it down, or were you able to keep going?
I made a really big mistake in the rhythm after the mechanics area where we were going on, off, 3. I cased that 3 pretty hard and kind of messed my elbow up a little bit, which I ended up, my arms got really tight. I pumped up really bad. So with that, and then that was right when the track started deteriorating quite a bit and getting some big pockets. And so I didn't feel like I executed very well towards the end, and that was where my frustration was, just with myself more so than anything. But, yeah, to answer your question, the track definitely deteriorated quick, even as much as they did fix it up.
I could ask this, Jason from RacerX, I could ask this to anyone. I'll just go to you, RJ. How much of round 1 is trying to win the race and manage the race, or are you just evaluating, like trying to figure out where your bike is and how you feel and things like that?
I've never been in a situation where I could see the leader at a round 1. So That was just kind of where I was. I mean, I wanted to get out of here healthy and be on the box. So yeah, I mean, with the track that we had tonight, it was more just clicking off your laps, and that's what I did. I mean, my start in the main event wasn't great, but I was like, heck, let's get through this main event and do what I can do, not focus on anyone else besides myself.
Nick Moto Online. This will be for RJ and Cameron as well. The start, we've seen a bit of bunching there, and unfortunately, Austin Faulkner went down. Were either of you involved with that and a bit of bunching at the start? Did you guys see what happened there?
I saw a video of it afterwards. I think I kind of had a wheel on it, so I think I felt someone maybe hit me, maybe my back wheel or something, but I didn't know a whole lot. I just obviously came around in the whoops in the first lap and saw him down, so that was all that I really was involved.
Yeah, I don't think either of us, it was kind of either our faults. He kind of leaned on me a bit to the left, and there was a big gap to the right, and he went right, and Cameron just happened to be there, and it's a left-handed turn. Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer. Like, I feel bad for him, but, yeah, I don't think you can kind of blame either of us for that.
Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. For Jet, when you come in with, I guess, so many eyes on you, so much expectation as the title favourite, when you manage a day like today and come out with the victory, is it a sense of relief at all just to deliver at the opening round, especially Anaheim 1? It's a big one.
I definitely feel like, I felt the pressure a lot, but I mean, the biggest thing I feel like is to go and the biggest mistake would to go and try and just show it the whole day. And I think that's where I was pretty smart. I just kind of took how it was, and I mean, to be honest, I would have been happy with a second or a third. I was just mainly going for a podium today because I just wanted to make it out safe because the track was so sketchy. So, I mean, yes and no, the pressure was there a bit, but not much for me. I just kind of focused on what I was doing. I just knew tonight with the main event how the track was just kind of for me. It's just like whoever's going to make the least amount of mistakes is going to kind of just get bit by bit either a gap or just kind of close the gap where you're at.
Josh Mosman, MXA, RJ, congrats. Solid race. You said that that was the best race you've done in a while, maybe smooth, consistent. What do you have to do in the off season to prepare yourself for racing? Because we know that you're never able to get the same track, you're never able to get the same nerves, the same feelings. How did you change from last year to this year?
I mean, my riding partners are some of the best guys in the business. I mean, I ride with Malk and Coop, AP, Christian, every day and day in and day out. And I felt like I handled that heat race really well with Jet right on me. And in times past, I felt like I might have folded a bit. Or even for the main event, for what you're saying, like, I didn't get a great start, and I knew my speed was decent. Probably years past, I might have rushed into something and made some mistakes, but I can't really recall many mistakes that I made that entire main event. Just kind of focused on myself, like I said, and click off the laps and be there in the end. And that was kind of what my goal was coming in, is like, look, give myself a chance at being on the box. And we did that. And, second is by far the best start I had to the season.
Awesome. And then follow up to that, your Husky looked quite a bit better than last year. You looked better than last year. Team has changed a lot over the years with Nathan Ramsey, now team manager. What's it like, just the evolution of it? I mean, Malcolm Stewart was leading the 450 main event, doing awesome. So Rockstar Husky, what's it like now?
Man, we got a really good group, and I think there's love for all of us, like from management to Murph and our mechanics. Like, I don't think there's one guy that doesn't get along on our team. I really can't say enough good things about it. Like, last year was very tough, and not just from the rider side, but from the management side also. And they got thrown into something that we really couldn't control, or we didn't really have options to go to. So it was like, look, us riders just show up and do the best we can, and know there's going to be a change. Like, that's a pretty big risk that you're taking. I signed my extension deal last year whenever the bike was not where I wanted it to be. Just because I knew I had to trust that, Austria is going to figure this thing out. And, we did it. Like, that was huge for me tonight. I think there's going to be a lot more. We do have some other things coming. Keep building and progressing. And, hopefully we're in this championship fight.
Congrats.
Ryan, it's with Cycle News. My question's for Cameron. Everyone's been talking about the track was super gnarly, and you talked about kind of pumping up there at the end, but did lappers affect your race at all? And like, obviously, if it's gnarly for you guys, it's really gnarly for those guys as well.
Yeah, totally. I felt like that was pretty much what caused my mistake. Is that I guess I didn't feel that I executed navigating through the lappers as well as these guys did. So that was a big part of it. And they're racing too, and the track, like you said, is just as tough for them. So that's something that I need to be better at is navigating through those guys and just doing my laps. Even when we do get into the lappers. So.
Jamie, Vital MX again. Jet, Feld did something really cool this year. They're having some 250 guys in opening ceremonies, which I think you guys deserve. The crowd loves it. What'd you think?
Yeah, that was a really cool opportunity that I think Lucas helped and helped a lot on with, again, the 250 guys to do like open ceremony. It's like we always thought it was weird that the 40 guys would do it, but then you have some of the best 250 riders in Supercross that don't do anything. So I think it's a great opportunity for 250 guys to get more known and stuff, make it similar because, yeah, we might not be on as big a bike as the 450, but we're still doing the same stuff out there and a lot of the same rhythms. So we're just out there doing the same stuff. So I think it helps our sport just grow a little bit more for the 250 guys and to get more known and know the riders a lot more. So I'm pumped we get to do that, and hopefully it brings up the 250 a little bit more.
Justin with Kicking the Tires.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. RJ, you've been talking a lot about all the work involved, you and the team, getting you guys to this point. I know you're not on the center step, but A, do you feel like this is a win being on the podium? And B, what are your next steps? What do you foresee that team meeting on Sunday or Monday is going to look like for the month of January? And what are your guys' goals to go after?
I felt like my bike handled pretty well all day today, and the conditions were some of the gnarliest that we had. We were happy with where we're at. We made a lot of progress. I didn't win, but we had a solid main event, solid day, really. We take that as a positive, move into next weekend and be ready and try to do the same thing. Like I said, I've never really had I got second last year in the championship, but I wasn't in the championship. Jet just walked away with that. So that's my goal, is just to be in this thing and have a shot at it. Same with Cam. We're going to be in this thing. So execute each weekend. Maybe next weekend we'll have a better start and can battle up front. Cam, me, and Jet, and put on a little bit better of a show.
RJ, I'll go back to you. There's a lot of hype around Jet, and it's well-deserved, but do you use that coming into a season as motivation when the media, everybody picks Jet to be, he's the guy, he's going to be the winner? Do you use that for motivation?
No, look what the guy's done. He's won 3 championships in a row and completely dominated last year, so we expect that. I have 1 win, and I've been at it a lot longer than him, so like I said, I'm going to show up and do what I can do every weekend, whether, I'm racing him or anyone else. So just control what I can control.
Jet, your bike looks awesome. Seems like it sounds a little different than last year. Is it any different than last year? Is it any faster, stronger? I know the stock model stayed same from 22 to 23, but your bike looked pretty fast out there. How was it for you, and what changes do you guys make from Supercross to Supercross?
I think one of the major ones is that we switched from Vortex ECUs to Get, and it was like a late, in December really, that we changed and decided to go with them, and they've been awesome. And I this is the first time with start mapping that stuff with them. So it's so far it's been really good with them. Let's hopefully we can keep it going with the good starts, but that's probably the main thing, and we might put a little bit extra go-go juice in it. But besides that, it's mainly the Get ECU that we've mainly changed. Besides that, the bike's fairly the same. Even with testing the suspension, and we've just looped all the way back around to the same setting. So the bike's handling great. The motor feels awesome. It's I'm just feeling just right at home on the Honda this year.
Follow-up, you're still young. I imagine you might still be growing. Are you any heavier than you were last year, any taller, or are you the same size and weight? Because to me, you look a little bit bigger on the bike, but maybe it's just riding technique.
Think so? No, I'm kidding. I don't think so. I might have. A lot of people have said I've gotten taller, but I think it's just kind of you even actually think that because you just haven't seen me in a while. I mean, all off season I haven't posted much. So I mean, when you see like a kid without for a while, you come back and they look massive. So I think I'm almost a little lighter than last year. So I might have put a bit extra muscle on. Hopefully, just praying. But besides that, I think I'm still fairly the same.
Is that a facial hair coming in?
No, it's actually face implants. I couldn't grow that yet.
Awesome.
Last one for me. Cameron, track was a little soft from all the rain, the weather this week. Next week, probably going to be a whole lot worse. How you feel about a mud race? Jet ski maybe? Feeling comfortable for next week?
We all have to race on the same track, you know. Obviously, the track was extremely technical, extremely tricky for all of us, especially during the daytime today. That was like Jet had said earlier, it was getting through it really, and I struggled really bad in practice, so I was really happy with how I was able to turn it around in the night show. But yeah, if the weatherman's right, we're gonna have some rain next week, so it's gonna be tricky, and I'm gonna do my best.
Congratulations, guys. Great start to the season. We'll see you in Oakland.
Thanks, guys.